That's not where she's at yet, is it, the governor? They're still talking about driving inflation down. So when would you expect that cut to happen? When do we get to that pivot that you're talking about? Because it's not there yet.
Yeah. Look, we think that the debate should be pivoting now, but we think the Reserve Bank will cut rates only early in the new year. They'll want to see more evidence of, as you point, the underlying inflation rate coming down a little bit further. But what they will also see over the next few months is how the economy more generally is performing. And this is really important because we can't have an anemic economy or investment flat for too long, because what that does is it crimps our future. And so the challenge right now, Kieran, is how do you create the conditions for businesses to invest? And business really has to invest. In fact, economic history tells you that when growth is low, that's the best time for businesses to invest in things like new technology, new processes, because there are a lot of challenges ahead of us. And if you do that, history tells you that the companies that do that will gain a reward down the track.
Do you think the RBA is acting, is it too slow here? Is it not moving and shifting quickly enough? And also, parallel to that, is the government holding that discussion because it's spending too much?
Look, it's, being governor of a central bank is a pretty tough job. And I think our central bank has generally been doing a really good job in very difficult economic circumstances. They have a real clear mandate to make sure that inflation comes down, and they just want to make sure that that is really happening. But at the same time, they're seeing the economy slow because that's what interest rates do. And they've got to get their timing right. And I think the next few months are going to be the critical time for the central bank in getting that balance right. Now, we do know with an economy that has slowed, that government spending is kind of propping up the economy right now. But the question will be, what does that look like going forward, especially if the private economy starts to revive? And this is why governments have to be really careful now. They have to think about that fiscal position. And importantly, it's not just necessarily the size of your surplus or deficit that matters, it's what you do with that government spending. And we now have to make sure government policy is creating the right environment for businesses to invest in growth, to invest in jobs.
Indeed, and a bit of productivity hopefully along the way. Lead partner for Deloitte Access Economics, Pradeep Phillip, thank you. Appreciate it.